Desert Have a Garden. We are on day 9 of our adventure, and we are still in Howell County. So we had a lesson learned yesterday. In this area, there's so much moisture that we're going to need an improvement on our footwear. So both of the boys and me had regular sneakers on, and after tromping through all that grass and overgrowth, it was all wet. Our feet were sopping wet, and it kind of soaked the water up our pant legs. And so this morning, fortunately, the RV park has a 24-hour laundromat, and so I ran over there and put the shoes into the washer. Unfortunately, the shoes popped the dryer door open, and so our shoes are still wet. We've got them in the car pointed at the air conditioning vents, hoping to dry them out a little bit, and lots of extra socks to change in between properties. Today we are going to be with the same realtor as yesterday. He was very happy to work with us, and he showed us 5 properties yesterday, and as we got to the end of the day at almost 8 o'clock at night, he asked if there was anything else we wanted to see in the area, and of course there are lots more properties in this area. And he said he'd be happy to show us today starting first thing in the morning, and that's what we're doing. We have a 9 o'clock meeting time to get started on the first one. Now, if you're wondering, we're not just randomly going into realtor offices and asking them to look up properties for us. We already had a whole list of properties we wanted to see. And so this is like my Bible journal here. That it was recently my birthday in July, and my girlfriend Jessica is a real crafty kind of gal, and she made this journal for me, and I thought that would be a perfect use for it, is to put all of our future dream homes in there. And so that's what we have been working on. So in this journal, I have separated county by county all of the different houses we were interested in through our online searches, and kind of put notes on each of them. And you can see here is one that we have a heart. That was the first day, the one we really liked. And so it's just page after page, and these are the ones we've already viewed, or some go under contract. So we have lots of properties to look at in here, and we're looking at a very busy day ahead of us. Here we are at the first house of the day, and I don't like the house at all, but it does have a lagoon. In that clearing right there is the lagoon. It says it's improperly maintained, our realtor tells us. There is no smell, which is good news, and he says lagoons are actually a really good method to use for out here, but it's supposed to be trimmed down around it and kept clear. So it's really, it just looks like a pond. But here right in front of me is poison ivy, he said. And I'm a little bit scared because my shoes aren't dry and I'm wearing flip-flops still. So I'm hoping I didn't walk through any. That could make the next few days a little bit miserable. This is house number 2, and it's a smaller property. It's only 10 acres, but the house is really nice. Good condition. It's big. It has everything we want. Basement, big laundry room, mud room, plenty of rooms for everybody, plenty of bathrooms. It even has a loft room up there that one kid claimed already. We'll consider, but now we're kind of getting greedy with wanting a bigger acreage now that we've seen some with larger properties. We are at house number 3, and it is the least expensive house on our list, and there's definitely reasons why. It's in really bad shape. We can't get inside. The code for the box is not working, and we are extremely remote back here, so I don't even know that I would want to be this remote. We're way back, like 45 minutes from anything. Plus this land, it is 22 acres, but it is mostly brush and trees and up and down hills. Looking in the windows, I don't know that we're actually going to be interested in it. It's not singing to me or anything like that. So I guess they had tenants that they had a really hard time getting rid of, and they basically messed up the house, and it's in really bad disrepair. It just doesn't look good. It probably could be cleaned up and fixed up, but this is a little bit much. You probably can't see it, but there's hornets all in there, and Rick went in there and he got stung by one on the back of the neck. Eesh. Bigfoot sighting! Wave, Bigfoot! Alright guys, this is house number 4 of the day, and I have a new favorite. This house needs nothing. It needs nothing done to it. It is bigger than we need. It doesn't have a basement, but it's an earthworm home. So the whole back of the house is into the side of the mountain. It has plenty of acreage for us. There's 31 acres, and this family has cleared most of it. They were the sweetest family. So they are a homeschool family, so of course we always relate to that. And they have 10 kids, and Mama's pregnant with baby number 11. And sweetest kids. But look at this beautiful property that they've been working on and building up. And there's this amazing barn over here, and they built that themselves, and it's insulated beautifully. Everything is just in excellent condition, and it's a little bit over our budget, but it needs nothing. And I really feel good about the location. It's on a road, but it's not a busy road. It's way off the main highway, but it's not so far from services that we couldn't have access to the things that we need as well. So I'm really liking this. Rick's riding around the property right now to check out that aspect of it. But I think I'm having hearts over my eyes right now. The chicken tractor, super cute. This is all a nice pasture up here. They have it fenced off into like 4 different paddocks. There's the lagoon. So this one's in conjunction with a septic and then the lagoon, but this one you can actually see and it's well maintained. So finally got to see a clear view of a properly functioning lagoon, and there's definitely no smell coming off of it, and it looks nice. Obviously you don't want to go in it or anything gross like that. Cute little garden beds with concrete around them so they won't rot and deteriorate. We are at property number 5 for the day. It has this gigantic horse barn. It's really big, but it doesn't really meet our purposes. It has all dirt floors and horse stables in there. It'll be great for the right person. And it's a pretty property, but the house doesn't tickle my fancy at all. There's a pond there that's dry right now, and there's another pond that's spring fed, so it stays full. It's a pretty property, but not for us. The 6th property of the day was a milk farm, or a dairy farm. And it's pretty neat, but I didn't care for the house. I feel like we've had better options, and so I'm not really interested in even trying to think about how to make it work. There is a basement that hasn't been finished, and so there's options there, but I feel like we have better options. We are at the end of day 9, and we have narrowed down the houses we've viewed so far to 6 potentials, and they're all unique and have different pros and cons. Tomorrow we will be spending our 3rd day with the same realtor. His name is Gary Weeks, and we have 6 more houses we will be viewing with him. And that's still it. Well, that'll actually be in the Oregon County down here that we'll be viewing those. And after that, we only have 1 more property to view. So we're keeping our fingers crossed for tomorrow.